Valhalla! Welcome back, everyone, to Campaign 0, Episode 2 of Lorebreaker, where we are trying to civilize the wilderness, so to speak. We're back with our wonderful players, and as far as a recap of last time, what do you guys remember from last time? I know it's been 2 weeks, so I don't expect everything to be like remarkably fresh, but whatever you might happen to have, we'll roll with.
Well, the satyr's crazy idea to talk to bandits seemed to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And we seem to have made some friends amongst the local bandits led by this mysterious Lady Saber lady. Saber.
Yes, so you've managed to get on the good side, I would say, of some rather non-good characters by offering them a part in this new civilization that you guys are willing to charter out here. And again, they are quite loyal to Lady Saber, and from what you can tell, she is not very amicable towards peace talks and things of the sort. So that is also very true. So the threat of intimidation of these poor bandits by their own leader still kind of lingers in the air. Anything else, guys?
I'd just like to remind everyone to be very careful every time we enter and exit the trading post, as there is still a 10-foot pit that we dug there.
Yeah, there is the pit. Have to remember it. And you have to remind the people, you have to remind the McNamaras that hey, our trading post has a hole there, so they don't.
Yeah,
fall.
I'm not filling it in, but it is
let's
there.
just make it into a drawbridge. It's fine.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. You would have to get
Throw a plank over it.
some lumber, but yeah, you could do it.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited about the idea of trying to catch this ceropod or serpapod. The idea of a new monster that I'm not that familiar with is very exciting to Saber.
Yeah, so you might have to track one of
Satyr.
those down. Saber?
Snorri's familiar
is that
with
the
it.
name that
This
he's
is
going
not
to
exciting.
adopt? He's going to adopt
Stole it from
Saber.
Lady Saber. That's a pretty good name, actually.
I like it. First it was Woodrow, now it's Saber. Call me Saber, guys.
Say that again.
I do recall as well, we are in a living hell with terrible beds and wine that would be better off cleaning the windows.
True.
Mm-hmm.
The wine is not good.
That's a quality box of Franzi. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. That's very true. So, unfortunately, it's because of what's been stolen along the trade routes. But everything bad that has happened to this little outpost is in direct correlation to the bandits existing in this area in the first place. Part of your charter after leaving Colpain was to basically clear these lands of that which would make it difficult to live out here. But your methods of doing so are completely up to you. If you choose to do it peacefully, which seemed to have worked so far. If you choose to do it peacefully, if you choose to enact it with violence, which some of you might abhor. But beyond that, yes. Anything else?
I just opened the Roll20. I noticed brass. I don't know if that was the old PFP, but it's even eviler now.
yeah, I managed to switch it apparently.
Okay, it is evil. I thought so.
Yeah, so more evil rabbit. But yeah, if there's nothing else, we ended last session the morning of the bandits' arrival, and through some negotiations, which I'll say it probably took you guys most of the morning to get those negotiations underway and to actually come to a fortuitous agreement. So you have the Plundered March ahead of you, out from McNamara's trading post. I asked last time which direction you guys wanted to head, so let me go ahead and do this. Or, no, I like this one. This one's better. There we go. You guys can venture to wherever you like, and you just let me know which basically which hex are you going to first. I know we marked off the one. You can go ahead and ping it on Roll20.
I
know we had spoken briefly about like getting like a boat or something, and kind of going downriver to scout out areas of the forest, and then making our way down towards the mountains there, towards the Bilesill.
did we
Yeah, we had talked about getting a boat to go down the Glass River into the Thistle River.
Yeah.
I could always check around the trading post. Maybe they've got one that hasn't been plundered yet.
As far as boats go, that is not something that you're going to have an easy time finding. I will say, though, I will give you guys the percentage chance to do so. Brass, Bramble,
lucky?
Bramble rather. Can you roll me a D100? So
D100.
yes, this is your percentile chance. Very, very low.
5.
I was about to say it's a 5%. They have a boat.
Nice.
So
Time for the One Piece arc.
yeah, the One Piece arc. So as I've explained before, the each hex takes a couple hours to traverse by foot. You guys don't have mounts or anything yet, so unfortunately,
So
you're gonna have
carry
to
that canoe
you're gonna have to
so far.
carry the boat to towards the river. So
Dude, just hitting that that one Narcos pose in the empty pool, just looking at all his notes.
But yeah, so where you are currently is considered plains, and I'll go ahead and show that to you guys, so that way you can all see it, see how it all comes together. Where you're at currently, you guys roughly move about 30 feet on your own, unencumbered, right? I will say that a boat that can haul all three of you, which is what this boat can do, will encumber you because you have to carry it across the grounds. So that would put you at about roughly half speed. So you would cross this area in about 11. And then when you hit the forest, all other terrains be 16. So there and there. So it's going to take a couple days carrying that boat.
We could do the Oregon Trail kind of thing. Just put some wheels underneath this and just take them off to get to the river.
All right, so I mean that's another option. Brass, would you care to? Oh, no, I'm gonna have someone else roll. I'm gonna have someone else roll because I was gonna give you that 5% chance of finding a boat, and of course you rolled a 5 on the D100, which is phenomenal. That's great. I'm so proud of you. But let's see, Satyr, could you roll me a D100, please?
I can indeed. I think. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Had to remember how to do it.
No, you're good.
75.
75. Unfortunately, there are no extra wagon wheels available. You have the boat. You don't have the wheels. I could just imagine like Snorri being like, well, I'll just find a big old rock and I'll start chipping away and make the wheel.
We need to cut down about 4 trees and just kind of use the logs of that to roll it every once in a while.
Eventually it's that's gonna become cumbersome. But the option again exists. You have the area ahead of you. You have access to a boat, which Theodosia and Angus tell you it's like that came in on a trade wagon, and they traded it for a few things, but that was before the bandits took up near the river somewheres and made it difficult for us to basically to live out here. So,
Fellas, I don't think dragging a boat across the countryside is going to be our most useful way of using our time.
Not without a mount of some kind.
Perhaps we should head southerly. Did that do a thing? I can't tell.
It didn't.
if you hold
I saw an arrow.
if you hold the mouse over the there you go.
Perhaps we should just skirt the forest in the meantime, try to get a lay of the land before we start moving large pieces of traveling equipment with us.
I would like to ask if I can. I said at the end of last session that I had kind of put a bunch of my research materials all across like a spare desk at McNamara's.
Yeah.
And that I was trying to look up as much research as I could about the Serpapard.
Okay.
Would I have been able to find anything?
Go ahead.
Particularly what I'm looking for is where I would be able to find, like, what's the habitat for them? If I'm more looking for into the forest, or if I'm more looking towards the mountains, or
I got you.
where I'd be trying to find these guys.
I'm going to have you make an investigation check for me first, because you have the research materials in front of you. I'm going to give you a +2 to your roll, and assuming that you roll high enough, I will allow you to make a nature check to determine proper habitats for serpopards.
Okay, so you said investigation first?
Yes, please and thank you.
Okay, not a problem.
Ooh, very good. And you get a +2 to that one, so that makes it a 23. Very good. Go ahead and make your knowledge nature check, or your nature check with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
We going with 12.
Yep, we'll go with the 12. So serpopards generally stay in close to the wetlands. So their habitats of choice would be ponds, rivers, lakes, cool areas of the forest where they might be subjected to like the morning dew and things of that sort. They do tend to find areas to bask, however. So some rocky areas would also be prime spots to locate them. And by the way that Angus has mentioned these creatures is that while rare, they're kind of common through the Plundered March itself. They're just not easy to get a hold of one. So basically, your chances of like tracking one down in the wilderness where you guys are currently, you know, if you're down near the rivers or like the lake or anywhere close to those regions, you're more than likely going to find one or more. Actually, with your investigation check, excuse me, you can tell that they do travel in small like packs. They tend to be they range between solitary and social creatures. So you're more than likely going to find one while it's hunting, or you'll find a pack of them where they've kind of like set down a den somewhere. Their dens themselves are closer to water.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
And I'd like to, if I can, just kind of. That's been my focus. I'm just trying to learn up as much as I can because that's what sparked his special interest.
Right. I gotcha. No, that's totally understandable. New creature, get to learn about it. So what course of action do you guys wish to go?
I would like to follow the river. If we have to go through the forest to try and spot one of these serpopods, which sounds like a wonderful idea, I suppose we could cut through across here. He says in the real world, marking on the map with his finger.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. You can do that and be like, hey, here's the map that they've given you because this is roughly what they have mapped out.
I'd like to say, in the same regard as Satyr has set up a animal research station, also in the the main hall of the tavern. I've set up a actual charter table, put the map in the center, tried to gather whatever books I can find that might tell us a little bit more about the area, and begin taking notes.
Okay.
I'll take my books.
We'll put them on a table in between us. That way they're halfway.
All right, but make sure you wash your hands before you look into them.
I don't know if I trust the soap here to do that.
Well, I don't know if I trust your hands on my books.
They gave you soap.
How dare you? I have a pedigree, you know.
How's that helping us here in the middle of the wilds?
It means my hands are probably cleaner than most.
Satyr looks at his own hands. They're probably pretty
Snorri's-
clean.
Snorri's
He's
gonna
pretty...
walk up to the table, still covered in dirt from the other day digging, and
Like, did you guys say there's soap around here? No one gave me soap.
I can see that.
I
Excellent.
can smell that.
Please don't touch the map.
Or my books.
Or the books.
I kind of gather them up, pulling them closer
Just
to me.
gather them up really quickly, like, no, they're mine.
In fact, that spot you're standing there right now, that's the Nori spot. You can stand there.
you see him look down at all the maps in the books after you tell him not to touch it, and you just see like one of his fingers twitch like a little bit.
He wants to touch it.
I'll pull out one of my daggers and lay it on the table, and then look up at Nori. Please try.
One of his eyes twitches.
So Snorri, I want you to I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. Because the King of Fools has an idea.
Yeah. Oh God, how do I do that on here?
no.
There you are.
What is it? Roll.
Yeah, so if you go to your journal tab and click your character sheet, you should be able to click save underneath of wisdom as it pops up for you. He's made a new character. There should be a character drop down tab for you.
I see. So, I just click wisdom save.
Yep, you click wisdom save. Yep. Oh no, that's a 2. Total 4. Snorri. Something deep within your subconscious, almost like a cricket in the style of one's conscience, the personification of one's conscience, kind of manifests near your scaly lizard ears and says, they wouldn't put it there if they didn't want you to touch it.
I imagine him talking like the jokist. like the Walking Phoenix jokist.
It's like they wouldn't put it there if they didn't want you to touch it.
Oh, they wouldn't put it there if they didn't want you to touch it.
They're gonna get what they fucking deserve.
He's gonna, with a massive tell, just raise his right hand and just slap it down on the table.
Satyrs just like, oh guys, did you know cephalopods are foul-tempered predators? And, oh god, what are you doing, that map?
Oh no!
I want to clarify. Is he touching anything of actual importance aside from the table?
He did say that he put it down on top of the map.
Ah, okay.
I did do that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to use prestidigitation then
Okay.
to give him a quick flash of stop it with light to distract.
Stop it with light. Okay. Snorri, one more time. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
I can tell you, buddy, that's probably not going to work.
$15. Bramble, what is your spell save DC? I know there's not a save DC for prestidigitation, but I'm trying to see what Snorri would need to beat.
Spell save DC. Great question. I'm not sure where to look for it on here. Let's see.
I believe it's just in spells on your
Yeah, when you hit your
on your
spells
character
tab
sheet at the top.
your DC's 14. I see.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
So with a 15, Snorri, you're not distracted by the stop. It's just light in your face at this point, though.
Stop it.
The texture of this map's very fascinating. It fills my heart.
That's lovely, but I don't want a giant claw-shaped mountain on it out of nowhere.
I think it gives a character.
We don't want character, we want accuracy.
We've got plenty of character. Believe me, we've got plenty of character.
Have you ever felt something so deeply that you just needed to do it? The call of the void, if you will.
Quick aside flashback moment in Bramble's eyes. Yes. Yes. Wonderful point. Please don't dirty the map.
Well, it wasn't my intention to dirty it, but I already was dirty when I touched it, so I can't really do much about that.
We need to work on your personal grooming, Snorri. And Satyr just kind of turns and goes back to his book. Walks back over to his desk.
So where you guys are within the trading post, as I mentioned before, you all have the ability to have like your own spaces and whatnot, and then like having like the general communal space of like, hey, here's the map, here's where we've been, here's where we can go, that sort of thing. And like, hey, we've already explored this area, let's venture to this next one, or how long is this one going to take us? As far as you being able to travel out within the Plundered March, there are rations and whatnot that that Theodosia and Angus will make available to you. They're very meager rations, but they are diet appropriate for those who need them. You know, like dried fruits and berries and stuff like that.
Hey.
And then some like sun roasted nuts, and then there's like dried jerkies and whatnot for those of the carnivore persuasion, right? So
Delicious.
with all that stuff, they make it available to you. They're able to give you about a week's worth. They can give you a week's worth now because everything else, they're still waiting on stuff to come in. Theodosia does tell you that in about a week's time, they should be expecting another shipment from Colpain.
And if our deal has gone well, it should be able to be much safer arriving.
Yes, exactly. So again, that comes down to if they're able to hold up their end of the bargain. But I will say, on Sater's behalf, that to Sater's benefit rather, you definitely did convince at least Haps and the other bandits that were with him that this is a good idea, and they seem on board. Like they're like 99% on board. The only the other 1% would be if Lady Saber just grabs them and shakes them or kills them. You know, other than that, you don't know. But
We turn these highwaymen into highwaymen.
they're men in tights. They do roam around the forest looking for fights, though. Awesome. So, but yeah, you're each given the opportunity to have like your own space within the trading post. Whether it's within the main building where Angus and his sister have kind of like offered you food and whatnot, but then there's like a small side building that used to be like a storage warehouse, kind of a very small storage warehouse, where they used to keep like military equipment and things like that until all of that was plundered years before the McNamaras took over the post itself. So
Is that where I found like the ladder and the
yes,
tools from
Yes.
last time?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
get-
while we're still there, we should take some lumber and put it over that pit.
Yeah, probably would be a good idea to cover our bases here.
Because I'll remember, Theodosia and Angus might not.
I think that is advisable. I don't want our host breaking an ankle and then they can't make us dinner.
So there's enough loose lumber that you can make like a little plank walkway, but not enough to make like a full-on like drawbridge. That you would actually have to cut down some trees for. But you know, that's in the service of bolstering civilization, is, you know, making improvements upon things nearby. And who knows, maybe one day he'll just dig a full moat around the outside of the trading post.
I'd
He
like
just
that.
gets tired of it and just finishes it.
What's Angus up to?
Angus is actually he's outside. He's chopping some firewood. He's actually outside chopping some firewood shortly after after he passes off the potions to you guys. He goes out and he goes to chop firewood.
We're just walking up behind him and taking them. He's got them and he's going to cover the pit.
Well, I was actually thinking here, guys. I know we've already spent a little bit of the day here on our negotiation deals. it might not be a bad idea to try to get moving and get as much distance as we can before nightfall. It could be something that we could ask Theodosia and Angus if they could work on making a little bridge for us while we're away. I'm sure if
I
we
think that would
give them some quick sketches of how this could work, they could probably follow it well enough to build their own little bridge.
Okay. Obviously, Angus sees that as a good idea. He'd rather build a plank walkway than to try to fill in a hole, because that's one is a little bit more physically intensive than the other, and the other one actually utilizes skills that he actually has. He's a pretty good woodworker.
We
So
can always pull the plank bridge up if we need to.
yeah, exactly. So how do you approach him with it? With the idea, I mean, like.
All right. Well, then I guess either if he comes back inside or we'll go out to him, whichever.
He's gonna be outside for a while, so you probably have to go to him.
Yeah. So I guess when we head, we'll kind of head outside, and I'll go up to Angus and be like, all right, well, probably best for us to get moving here if we want to be able to find some place to make camp far enough away tonight. So I do think it would be a good idea for us to continue to utilize this hole we have in the front of the house. You look like you've got enough tools around here to maybe make a little bridge here that we could pull in if anything goes wrong. Do you think you would be able to handle that, Angus, while we're away?
He looks up after he chops a block of wood, and he looks past you, Satyr, like over your shoulder, towards where the main entrance is, where he knows that you guys have dug that hole. And
Satyr looks over his shoulder to follow.
And he looks and he gives it a slight nod and says, "Why, I think I could do that. Yeah, no problem.
Perfect.
For what you've done for us here, I don't see why not."
Well, that might give you guys a little bit extra defenses around here, and we can start. I think we're heading out into the forest. It sounds like, to try to scope out towards the river. Is there anything between us and the river you feel like we should know about?
He kind of like scratches at his hair for a second, and says, "Well, outside of the bandits, probably, well, there's the serpopards if you run into any of those, but
Sparkle in his eyes.
I'd say probably look out for the gremlins. There's gremlins about. I heard old Phil talking about a giant spider of some sort."
Giant spider. Interesting.
But as far as like immediacies, anything in the immediate area, I can't reckon or imagine anything at the moment. But just,
Is there any kind of trail towards the river, or is this all
no,
anything that you guys travel regularly?
There's nothing that we tend to travel regularly. What much of the land here, and he kind of like makes a vague motion with his hand out towards the open gate. He says, we cleared a bunch of that forest a while back to reinforce some of the posts here, but no, there's nothing that's well
Understood.
a well beaten path.
All the more reason that we should probably get going sooner rather than later.
Aye, and if you're out a ways and you see old Phil, just tell him that he's welcome to stop on back. He's been hiding out in his hut because he's he's a little concerned about the bandits and all.
There's another person living out here.
Aye, the old folks, they used to call him Katana Phil, and he's one of them recluses, for good reason. Some folks
Friendly?
say, some folks say he can be, but some folks also say he's been out in the sun a little too long. Maybe scrambled his brains like an egg.
And if we needed this old Phil, where would we find him?
He says, "Oh, he's out this way somewheres." And
Was there a mark on the map? Okay, good.
so he's like, "Yo, he'd be somewhere around out in there, I would assume."
Good to know.
My plans have changed. I want to find mentally ill Miyamoto Musashi.
I will say, like, in my like journal book that I keep with me at all times, like I've got a sketch of the surrounding map inside of it, so I can kind of take notes, and I'll just kind of make a little note on my little personal map as to where he said roughly old Phil's home is, just
Okay.
as in case we get into trouble out there, we've got somewhere that we know that there is a structure at least.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Well, thank you so much for the information. I think I'm gonna go get back with the other two and make sure we have everything we need for the journey. Is there anything else you would need from us before we leave? I don't know how soon we'll be back.
Well, if we get that plank bridge done in time, I'll see what Tio's up to. But once we get things situated, we'll probably have it up by the time you arrive, and we'll set it back down in the morning when well, basically we'll bring it back down at dawn, and before nightfall we'll bring it back up. So that way, safety.
Of course. And I'm sure if we come back in a time when the bridge is not out, we'll have a way of being able to get your attention. Do bear in mind, we do have those bandits that may be stopping by. I understand the fear with them, but it seems like we have a good agreement with them. I would suggest trusting them if they do arrive.
I saw the look about him. I'm not unfamiliar with how they look. So should they make their way back, we'll be cordial. That's all I can offer, though. But the first sign of trouble, I'm not going to say.
First sign of trouble, you let us know.
Well, first sign of trouble, I might have to deal with it myself if the three of you are out and about.
Good point.
We should search the trading post for emergency flares.
Do you search the trading post for emergency flares? Fireworks do exist in this world. They do.
You never
They
know.
do.
You never know. Sure, I'll
Bramble's
search.
just like, I feel like we need fireworks for some reason.
Yeah, it's like, I would love to make an explosion.
Best I can do is dynamite in a slingshot.
Again, give me another D100. I'll say it's a 50-50. A 100. Okay.
Which side of 50 is that?
That's the good side of 50. You.
Oh, good.
So you 100. Bramble. I don't know what it is about your. It's a lucky rabbit's foot. It's literally what it is.
I got two of them.
You've got two of them. Not only do you find a boat, you start like shifting through some crates, and you find a crate of fireworks.
Firework closet. Everyone has one.
Oh, this looks chaotic. I'll keep this in mind.
I'll say, let's see.
Well,
I'm gonna roll a percentile of my own to see just how many fireworks are in there. Oh, there are about 81 fireworks.
All right. They're well stocked.
And Angus kind of like peeks his head in. He's like, "Oh, well, that must have been left over from when the military was still out here. We just moved them around assuming they were just heavy crates."
These would be perfect for sending a signal to us. I'm not sure how far away we can see them, but if we're anywhere in the remote vicinity, and we see one of these, we can come running.
So
He's got Ted Kaczynski's cabin back there.
he
That's a good idea.
looks to some of the towers that are like built into the fort, and he can see where they would have had like the Imperial mortars or something like that they would have just like launched them out to kind of like signal or attack with. And he's like, oh, I'm not too skilled with firearms or explosives myself, but I'm sure I can figure it out without losing a finger or a limb or burning the place to the ground.
I'm gonna go ahead and pocket a couple myself. You never know when you need explosives.
Okay, so these are basically like larger bottle rockets, I want to say. Like they're like a cardboard paper roll thick, and then about just as long, like a paper towel roll, right? So they're about that thick and round and about that long. So when you say you pocket a few, how many are you going to take?
5? Is that?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. 5 sounds reasonable.
5 bottle rockets. Excellent.
That's a good idea, Bramble. If you see a firework from us, then we can at least let you know that we found some kind of trouble.
Oh,
I don't necessarily expect you to send anyone out to help us, but it can at least let you know that we've come across some danger that you all should be aware of.
It's just me and Tio here, so if trouble finds you, gods be with you. But if trouble finds us, I hope you'll still consider making your way back here as quick as you can.
So we're only allowed to use these in emergencies?
Yes, that's what I grabbed them for.
Well,
Emergencies.
I mean, we have a lot of them. We have a lot of them.
We do, and we're in the wilderness. There's a lot of emergencies, I'm sure.
Well,
Yes,
I
I'm sure that.
would rather save them for emergencies. We don't know when we would get another supply of them out here.
Or a King's Day
Right.
celebration.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying we have a lot of them. They probably make. Yeah.
I suppose a few wouldn't hurt to take with us.
So I would say at most you guys can carry about 6 apiece without it being too cumbersome. But Bramble said he was taking 5, which I deemed a reasonable number. So that's up to you guys. If you guys each want to take some, if you want to use them solely for emergencies or signals, or anything like that, or they can be used offensively, I'm sure, in a creative situation. But
I'll definitely take 6 of these. I could see possibly 6 emergencies happening. Maybe in rapid succession.
Cannot wait to see what you deem an emergency.
Thader kind of grumbles and goes
Well,
over and
as you said, in the wilderness, a lot of emergencies could happen. So yeah.
just grabs one of them and puts them over with his bag.
okay.
Honestly, I was thinking about strapping one to Gary and watching the panic in his dead little eyes.
Gary.
He does a little dance.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at Satyr. Does he know he's saying that out loud?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Bramble's inner voice is his outer voice. He has many
Had a brief moment of
soliloquies.
not sure if I had had a brief moment of not sure if I had read that from his mind or heard it out loud. So
I really don't think we should vaporize Gary. Who else is gonna do? I haven't learned the dance yet. Who else is gonna do the dance?
Oh. Yeah, if Gary gets vaporized, I'm sure another will come along sooner or later.
let's try not vaporizing our friends, shall we?
Wouldn't consider Gary a friend, but all right. We should probably get going.
Gary's
I look at
sad
Gary
little
and frown.
Yeah, Gary's sad little eyes somehow in that dead puppet-like face of his, he looks like his soul has been shattered.
I shoot him a sad but like reassuring look of like a fist pound with a peace sign. Like, it's okay, bro. I'm on the level with you.
And Gary, unable to sighs.
Hold on. Let me check.
Katana Phil. I love that.
Yeah, feel free to use that katana fill.
I love it. So
I'm not going to use it because it would be a spell slot. I was gonna send an illusionary script to Gary V. Like if he tries to harm you, I'll absolutely slime him out with fireworks.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm not gonna do that though. It's a waste of a spell slot.
Okay. So you guys find some fireworks. You found a boat. What if you strapped all the fireworks to the boat and then you can rocket it in one direction really quickly?
There we go. Who needs wheels?
Yeah, we cannot move the boat, so this is clearly an emergency, as we do need the boat.
Airship.
It's like it's a one-way
The
airship.
swamp tours.
One-way airship.
With our fan boat.
Oh man. So yeah. So where do you guys wish to venture? Which direction?
I say officially, as a party person, to you two, and Gary, I think we should cross the field here to the south, pointing southerly.
I personally
the edge
think
of
we
the
should take the
forest.
most direct route right through the forest.
Well, that's what I'm
And I-
saying. We go directly to the forest.
Oh, well, in that
I mean,
case-
if we do go the forest, we could try to maybe blaze a trail to where we could get the boat there eventually, like to the river.
Yeah. Feel free
not
to
a bad
draw
idea.
on this map, guys. Feel free to draw on this map if you want to like indicate things. That's absolutely what it's there for.
Communication.
like
I mean,
homie
I'm
sounds.
guessing you guys are talking about going like this sort of, and if we had it, we could probably blaze some sort of trail to the river, so that eventually, while it will still be cumbersome, we could get the boat there.
It would take you honestly, I would say probably 2.5 days if you were to leave now and then take the boat with you. It'd be 2.5 days through the woods. You would find a way to get through there, but at the same time, if you're just traversing it without like fully exploring the area, then it would be 2.5 days. If you're gonna like explore the area and find all the things that you might need in there, you might find resources, you might find people, you might find Serpa parts, like what Sater's been looking for. But it just depends. So for each hex that you guys choose to explore, there's something that may or may not be there.
Wouldn't mind getting Katana Phil in the party either.
That's turning all the way around from where we're going. Personally, I think we should just hit the edge of the forest and then decide from there whether we should follow the forest's edge to the river on the other side or blaze on through.
Yeah,
That's
we could at least scout like the edge of the forest, see how cumbersome it would be to get through there, and like what we want to do next.
See if we can find some paths as some sort of pathfinders.
Because say that again, but because the bandits would have because the bandits would have had to move through somewhere as well to go through the forest, so there's probably something cut through.
That's what I was thinking. There's got to be some kind of general travel path, even if it's not just a giant game path somewhere, game
Right.
trail somewhere.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, that's an excellent question. God, which way did the bandits come from originally?
They came from the south.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at south from McNamara's, there's the edge of the woods, and then there's like open plains, and then there's like rocky hills further south from that.
Okay. Well, either way, I think we're in agreement. Let's start heading south.
Scouting mission, go.
Okay, so directly south from McNamara's, or are you heading southwest like you've got indicated on your map?
My intention is diagonal.
Southwest. Yeah, we're heading.
Okay.
We're going to head southwest.
Okay.
I am attempting to make the most direct route to the river.
So to this one or this one?
Hold on. That orange line that was drawn, I would say, is pretty much the route we're trying to take, but we're going to kind of reevaluate once we get to the forest edge to make sure.
Okay. So you hit the forest edge. For you to kind of check that out, I'm gonna need you guys to make a survival check for me, please. If you're trained in survival, I need a survival check.
Okay, hold on one moment.
I'm not trained
Did
in
I
survival.
use nature?
Well, this is just like exploring the. Well, I would say perception. So you could use either survival or perception.
Okay. I am not technically
I'm not
trained
good
in
at either of
survival, though I do have a
those.
+3, but I'm decent with perception, so I'll do perception instead.
Okay.
I rolled a 20 in perception, apparently.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know what I rolled.
You got a 19.
19.
Between the two of you, well, between the three of you, with two of you like looking around, you hit the forest edge, and you can see where Angus had told you he had chopped down, some trees to kind of like rebuild some things. You see that there's like a natural parse in the trees themselves, so you can still walk through it, you can carry things through it. Question: are you bringing the boat? Are you legitimately bringing the boat? I guess that's the
No.
important question. Okay.
I didn't think so. I figured this was a scouting mission.
No.
So
Okay.
Now, I think if we took all 81 of the flares and put it on the flat plain, we could get to the river, but no one else seems to want to go for that idea.
yeah, I'd like to not blow up our boat
You're going to make
if
it
possible.
make
It
the
would
Ming
be a
Dynasty-
while
the Ming
before we
Dynasty
could get
rocket
another
ship.
boat out here.
All right.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm not very good at building boats.
I've never
It's the
tried
Ming
it, but I'm
Dynasty
giving it
rocket
a shot.
ship.
Okay.
I mean, how different is a boat from a marionette?
They are both made of wood. It's true.
It's true. It's true. You can float on Gary. But yeah, you reach the edge of the forest, and you see the natural path of the trees, and you guys spend some time kind of exploring that first area, roughly. And while you don't find any indicators of bandits or like civilization like this close to the trading post, you do find that there are some natural like deer paths that kind of work their way through, and while it's not overgrown, it's still manageable, still traversable. But I will say that you have because that line kind of like cuts through like this edge of this hex here. So I will say that let's see. Say that this hex here.
I mean, if we need to adjust it to make it not, I'm intending on us going through just the shortest route possible.
Yeah.
So if we need to
No,
slip it over, so it's only going through the 2 X's.
No. You're fine.
Whatever it
You're
is.
fine. No, I'm giving you a little bit of leeway here anyway. So, You head a little bit further south after a couple of hours. Again, the forest itself is difficult to travel through because it's not, there's no trail to follow. To kind of explore that first hex, it's only half forest, so I'm only going to say it takes you guys about a day to kind of like explore that first hex. So you guys can settle down for the evening and kind of like make camp if you need to. We can expedite some of that process too. If you guys just want to say I'm taking watch, and then I have you guys make another perception check to see if anything makes its way towards you in the woods. So, what would you like to do?
So is it
First
it's
watch.
fairly late by the time of us getting to the
Yes. By the
What
time
you're saying?
by the time you get from McNamara's to the woods and you start like exploring the area, kind of like scoping it out, it takes you about the rest of the day.
The sun is getting a little low in the sky. Do you guys think we might be best to set up a camp for the evening? Maybe just inside the woods to limit some of our visibility from other things seeing us.
Oh, that is probably advisable. Are you afraid of the dark?
I mean, I'm suggesting we go into the forest, so theoretically it would be even darker.
Theoretically. My feet are tired and I would like a rest. Gary, what are your thoughts?
Gary looks at you as if you've asked him that question for the first time.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
God.
So I'm telepathic, and I can hear people's thoughts within 5 feet. Can I hear
What?
Gary's thoughts?
That's a question I have to ask
This is
Bramble.
out of character.
Yeah, I have to ask Bramble here. Bramble, Gary moves of his own volition at your behest, correct? Like he moves because you will him to, right? Because of the constitution of what he is made of. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does he have his own thoughts?
It seems
Does he
he
have
does.
sentience?
That is, by the nature of his kind, I do believe he is a little bit sentient.
Okay.
Out
Yeah.
of character.
Okay. That's all I need to know. So
Listen to Gary says,
Heck
"What is
yeah.
a man but a being who may bust it down?"
Guys, Gary has a mouth on him.
you just focus on him, and all of a sudden it's just like swear word, it's everything. But no, you can read Gary's thoughts. He has surface level thoughts. He's not capable of like deep philosophicals, but he's intelligent enough to have a thought.
It's not going to be any lucky from waiting for Godot, but I can at least get some idea of what he's thinking. All right, cool, good to know. I don't let anyone know about that. That was just a for me out of curiosity.
No, that's fair. That's a good question. It helps me build more.
I default dance, therefore I am.
Yeah, he does. Like every so often, like you guys are idle for too long, and all of a sudden he's like da 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 da.
And funny thing is, he's actually saying that in his mind as he's dancing too.
He is.
Every now and then it's here, da-da-da-da-da-da, when he's close.
At least you always
He's
know
a-
where Gary is, you know?
That's why I have the jingle bells on him.
What did you do to this poor thing?
Is that an in-character question?
Yes, I haven't revealed. Like he comes up to me, and I'm just like, "What have you done to this poor thing?" And I like try to clean him off a little, like grab like a cloth from off my belt and just like wipe off some of the dirt from him.
You look at Gary while he's dancing, and you hear him go da 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 da, and then Snorri steps up next to you, and you just hear his thoughts going da 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 da.
Because he's hearing what he thinks that Gary's saying.
Just make a note to myself, remarkably accurate.
In fact, it's like in unison. They could be like far apart, but as soon as one of them walks out and one of them walks in, it's still synced up. It's like perfect.
Bramble rolls his eyes and steps closer to Gary. I created him. Thank you very much. And I'm going to use my cantrip of mending. Just touch Gary on the top of the head to fix some of the scratches and dents that have come with the journey.
Okay. As you do so, you see like this is an out of character Jotun to Brass question. So you don't mistreat these puppets, right? You use them as kind of like lackeys and go-aheads for you, right? Minions, basically.
Minions, yes.
Okay.
I would say there are definitely threats to mistreat, but at the end of the day, they are his creations, his babies.
Right. So, but he doesn't mistreat them. Is my, you make sure that they're still in working condition, because if they are in poor condition, then they can't do their job, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are kept fixed. They are kept clean. They are just threatened.
Yes. So you cast mending, and it's as if Gary's been through this before. Gary has been he's been mended before, and he doesn't even seem to notice at this point, because it's kind of like maybe like an end of day ritual for you. It's like, okay, he's gotten a little dirty. Let's get him cleaned off. Let's make sure that there's no muck in his joints or his mechanisms. And he's just kind of used to the care afterward of a long day's worth of toil, basically. Okay, so yeah, you cast mending on. I was just working on like, is he going to act surprised that this is happening? But no, if this is kind of normal, if you would say, then he doesn't react.
Verbally mean, but takes care of him.
Okay. All right. So you guys set up camp. Can I get a survival check from someone, please? Whoever's going to set up camp, one of you.
Don't look at me.
I mean, I'm not trained in either of these, but I could try.
Yeah, feel free. So, Satyr.
Ooh.
Ooh. Satyr, you managed to get like the tent and everything set up. You help everyone kind of get like their bedrolls situated.
Nice.
Gathering firewood and like some local flora, like berries and things like that. And you check them. You make sure that they are indeed not poisonous.
I mean, I've set up a camp before.
Yeah, you've done
fine.
this. You've done this before. It's not like it's just based upon what you have available around you. So you go ahead and you gather all that stuff up. You get your campfire and everything set up. Snorri, you find a stick to contribute to the campfire.
Very nice. I imagine he
Good
was
work,
just sitting
Snorri.
there, kind of stimming, looking at the flare, just thinking about it.
Yeah, Satyr, you notice that Snorri is like dangerously close to the fire with his flare, and you're like, you might want to get him away from the fire.
Just as I'm trying to like set the fire up, I just like reach out and just kind of give him a little push away. Just like, just take a step back here, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I did tell you sometimes I just stare into the middle distance. That's fine.
That's okay. And he's just diligently trying to work. Though there is that thought in his mind of like, why am I the only one doing any work here? But he's not said a word. He's just keeping his head down, trying to get the camp set up for everyone.
Right. So you get camp set up. You're able to enjoy like a small meal of the rations and everything that they've given you, plus whatever you've scavenged.
Ooh, berries.
I don't assume that the survival check would have been like hunting as well, but I know that Satyr does not hunt, so it's probably scavenged berries and things.
I'd forage and be like,
Yeah.
look at all the leaves and stuff I got for us, guys. We can have a fresh meal.
So once you set up, you guys can set watches. Are you each taking a watch, or are you only going to have one person take watch? Because if one person takes watch all through the night, then they're likely not going to get any rest, and they'll be exhausted the next morning.
Gary
We
can
take
take watch.
shifts.
Oh, say again. I heard Gary, and then what would you say, Chippo?
I just said I said it like the same time. We could take shifts. So it might actually be better if Gary watches. He'll need sleep.
Okay.
He's
I
covered
could
a
tell by
bill.
the tone that was the wrong decision.
All right. Well, if you're gonna have Gary take watch, he can take watch. He
If Gary's gonna take watch, I'm gonna give him a flare, so you'll know when the right time is.
he looks at it like, what am I supposed to do with this?
You'll know when the time is right.
This is just for me. Okay, yeah, I guess. I would say I would maybe express an issue of Gary taking watch here. I'd like, are we sure he's gonna alert us to anything? He seems pretty focused on dancing.
Well, that's why I gave him the flare.
Yeah, now that he's holding the flare, he can't do the little arm thing with the da 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 da. He can't do that anymore.
Made a terrible mistake.
Here, Gary, looking directly at Puppet,
He looks back.
just start stamping your feet as hard as you can.
He stamps his feet on the ground, and you can hear like the wooden body, like his legs, like do that little wooden rattle that a puppet might tend to do. And it's audible. You can hear it. It's not going to be like, it's not a full-on alarm, but it's loud enough that as long as Gary is central to camp, that you all hear it.
Fine, I'll take first watch. Ugh.
All right.
Oh, good. Glad that's settled.
So Bramble's taking first watch. Is anyone taking second watch? Are you gonna let Gary take a watch on his own, or is
I'll take second watch with Gary.
okay? And then Satyr, would you want to take third watch,
I'll take third watch.
okay?
If we're doing it in thirds, I'll take one.
Okay. So I need Bramble to make a perception check for me, please.
Perception check. 9.
Okay. Your watch goes by uneventfully. Snorri, can you make a perception check for me, please?
No.
All right.
You're really focusing watching him dance.
Gary was an 8.
I'm teaching him how to use the flare.
The numbers are getting lower. Satyr. Snorri, your watch goes by uneventfully. Snorri, what do you got?
My
Not Snorri,
turn now.
Satyr,
All
sorry.
right.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I sit down next to Gary and just keep quiet, looking out over mostly out over the field behind us. I got a 10.
So, as you
Gary's
guys,
very distracting.
he is. He just makes so much like puppet noise. So as the night goes by in the wilderness, you all awaken to a let me ask this very important question. Where are your packs in reference to where you are sleeping? Like, are you all within a tent, or are you like in a sleeping bag under the stars? Where are your packs in reference to where you slept?
With me being on the last watch, I probably have mine with me, and part of the reason my perception probably wasn't great is I'm guessing I was probably perusing some of my books.
Okay.
I was kind of just using my pack as a pillow, sleeping on my like bedroll.
Okay.
I was going to say the same thing. Assuming I do not have a pillow, I need something to rest my head upon. In the tent, of course. I would. What are we, savages?
So, as you all awaken, Satyr, you how is your hair normally?
It is fairly short. I mean, it's got like some scruff to it. It's got a little bit of a wave in it. So there's some body in his hair, but it's not terribly long. It looks like it was fairly recently cut pretty
Okay.
poorly.
What about like facial hair? Is you have like a literal goatee, or no? Like, do you have like any satyr like facial hair or anything?
Yeah, he's got the bit of like a goatee
So
chin situation going on.
Satyr, you awaken and the small amount of hair that you have has been braided. Both your facial hair and your head of hair. Bramble. You notice that your clothes, all of the buttons are missing on your clothes.
Oh, my buttons. I'll push Snorri. Where did you put my buttons, Lizard?
It's a bit early to be making racial remarks like that.
It's a bit early to be thieving expensive buttons, I think.
Snorri, so you awaken, and I don't know how expressive your dragonborn face is, but upon your face, near like your eyebrow ridges and like your nose, like beneath your nostrils, you smell sap, like very sticky, fresh sap just beneath your nose. To Satyr and Bramble, as you look at Snorri, there are two long sticks that almost look like if you know the Monarch from Venture Brothers, like there are two long sticks that have been like sapped to Snorri's eyebrows, and then a one almost rendition of like a mustache, like two sticks of a mustache beneath his nose.
Satyr's feeling pretty guilty for having fallen asleep.
Is that
so-
your more evening ritual, or?
Snorri's gonna feel his face for this stuff, and they go,
All right, that's a pretty good one. You got me.
Unfortunately, it was not me, and I don't believe Gary has the motor skills to do that. Do you?
Gary looks up at you, and you see that Gary has like multiple different types of like leaves that have been stuck in like every single joint of his. So it looks like he's wearing like a shirt made of leaves.
What did you do?
Gary looks down, looks back up, and shrugs.
heavy sigh, grabs Gary, pulls him towards him, and starts picking the leaves out of his joints. Ridiculous. What did I say about getting flora in your joints?
I think we had a visitor last night.
I have a question as Snorri has a pact of Fey presence and serves an archfey. Does any of this seem familiar to me?
To you, go ahead and make a history check with advantage.
I was also thinking maybe like a nature to see if this is. My theory might be that it's the gremlins.
With a 12
But-
Snorri, yes, this is very much Fey trickery. There's Fey at work here.
Snorri's gonna put his hands on his hips and say in Sylvan out loud. All right, that was pretty good. You got this. That was a good one. I'll admit that.
Who are you talking to? I understood what you said. I speak Sylvan too.
Same.
Oh, you didn't notice this? This is obviously this is classic forest spirit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it would seem so, and it would make sense how they slipped past my watch so stealthily.
Yeah, you all
Well,
did
since they-
stellar with your perceptions.
Well, since you were the last one on watch and I went to bed with my buttons on, I suppose you can pay for them.
Let's not be hasty. I'm sure we can find them.
You had better hope we do.
I look around for like tracks or anything around to see if there's anything that we can use to more determine what's about.
Okay. Considering that Snorri knows that Faye were at work here, if Snorri is willing to give you an assist, you can make a survival check with advantage.
Yeah, I'll help.
Okey doke.
23 is pretty good.
23 and an 8. I'll go with the 23. That's a crit.
Yeah, 23 is fantastic, and that 20. So you you're looking around, and probably Snorri's pointing out like, oh yeah, you need to look here. Like I don't know how
Mhm.
he wants to roleplay it, but you point out the indicators of something that has gone a little to the south, roughly right around in here.
I'm so sorry. Can you point to where
Yeah,
again?
absolutely. Just down in here.
Okay.
I don't know.
We see tracks leading that way, or
Yeah, you see two small sets of deep footprints. You're wondering how anyone could have missed them.
how did we miss these?
Did we miss those? Bramble says, coming out of the tent, holding Gary, still picking leaves out of him.
Yeah, Gary started like picking some of the leaves out himself, but as he does so, he looks at the leaves very remorsefully and he lets them drop down.
Oh, he liked them.
Yeah, we should probably
I've-
follow these. If I know Faye, and I do, they're probably going to give all your buttons to the crows.
Crows don't realize how valuable those are. Those are ivory.
I don't know. They'd enjoy them just as much as you do.
No,
They didn't pay for them. That's thievery.
Our gremlins, Faye. Because I know we've been having some issues that rather I guess this will be back in character now. I remember Angus and Theodosia saying that they were having some troubles with gremlins. I don't think I've actually had much interaction with gremlins. Do we think this could be them?
Go ahead and make a knowledge or make a nature check for me, please.
Nature can do. +4 in it. Oh,
It's a 6.
we got a 6. With
You're-
the +4, that's not great.
You're not sure. You're not sure if they're Fae. You're not sure their origins.
I don't know anything about them.
I'm trained in nature. Can I try?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm like just desperately throwing books out of my box. Like, no,
19.
No.
Cultures of the Wildlands, no.
Nature, 19. Snorri, you know the difference between capricious fae and just like kind of humanoids that can be trouble, right? And gremlins in this world are humanoids. They're small humanoids, but they don't have any strong connections to fae themselves, because these gremlins are actually like tinkerers. They work with machines and things like that, but they're known to kind of tamper with machines and make things difficult for people in civilized areas.
Yeah, this was definitely a Fey presence.
Well, I don't care what they are. I'm tracking them down and getting my buttons, or they're going to get beaten with a puppet.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to know more of what's in the area, though. I suppose a small side mission wouldn't hurt.
Bramble has already started following the footprints, carrying
Okay.
Gary under his arm.
Very quickly start trying to break down camp, like throw all my books, like shove them back in the bag. Like, wait a second. I gotta take the tent down.
All right, so
Leave it, the servants will get it.
the servants, and you're like, what servants? Like
Me
Gary's
and
like,
Gary look at each other, like and point at each other, like, is he talking about us?
yeah, they're like, what?
I'm just following Bramble, being like, you guys are gonna love the Fae. They're pretty cool. They will love Gary's dance.
So you guys follow the tracks through the woods, I assume.
Yeah, I think with the Satyr got the pretty high check, so it should be pretty.
Oh yeah,
easy.
with a nat 20, you're able to follow them. Like Satyr, you have an idea of where they've gone. They've gone southwest towards the river.
I think they went southwest towards the river.
So I guess we should head southwest towards the river.
Sounds good. Finally, like, shoved the last of the camp back into into the bag. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Starts slinging it onto his back, on his back again. Like, let's go.
So as you guys are traveling through, let me bring you into the next scene.
These woods are quite thick. I can't quite see what's ahead.
I'm working on it.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll all become clear soon enough.
Yes, of course.
Just let your eyes adjust.
Yeah, let them adjust.
Have dark vision. I can see perfectly fine. Look over there. See that?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if I have dark vision. I don't think I do. I do not have dark
You
vision.
see that guy over there just killing boars in the forest? He's been doing that for hours. He looks really strong.
He looks really strong. Oh man. So,
On a Phil?
you travel for a while, and eventually the woods open up into a small glade.
It smells so nice.
All around are various mushrooms. You hear the sound of bird song, animal calls, and whatnot. You see off slightly more to the south a felled tree that looks to have been like slightly hollowed out, rather naturally, and the light itself, as it comes down through the canopy of the trees, gives this sense of like glitter in the air.
This place is disgusting.
But as you make your way in, there is there's a sound coming from the brush southward.
I think this is where they've went. Ah! Sorry, cat.
Let me give you guys control of your tokens. And you should be able to move Gary also. Bramble.
I don't think we can.
I can.
You can? Am I doing it wrong?
Click and drag your character. Like click your token and try to pull them. Or click them and use an arrow.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There you go.
I was using the wrong thingy.
Nope, you're good. You're good. But yes, you you see the glade ahead of you, and again, southward in the brush, you hear a noise.
Did you guys hear that? There's a
All
noise
right.
in the brush.
The jig is up. Return my buttons.
I'm going to call out in Sylvan.
Hello, denizens of the forest. I'm Snorri Sturluson. I'm a servant of Hearsome. He's a pretty big deal to you guys, I know. Now, my friend here would like his buttons back. Personally, I don't care. I just wanted to congratulate you on the joke you played on us.
Those were ebony, hand-carved, and very expensive. Also in Sylvan.
We mean you no harm. Also in Sylvan.
So okay, so here's what I need. I need persuasion checks from Snorri and Satyr, but I need an intimidation check from Bramble.
Okie dokie.
And this is going to determine how this goes.
Uh-oh.
14.
7.
As you say, you mean them no harm, and you commend them on the prank that they pulled on you. And Bramble, as you say, those were very expensive. These are the keywords that have kind of stuck out to these creatures. Rumbling out of the woods, wearing very heavy iron boots, like cold iron boots. This figure with a rather drooping, it looks like a soggy crimson cap upon its head, and you can see from your vantage that it is coated in blood.
Oh.
The creature looks at you and says, "Don't care if expensive, it's mine. Stay out of my woods, or I'm gonna get you."
Oh, he's adorable. Oh,
I mean, I guess we could just go.
not without my buttons, we are not.
I'll take more than your buttons. I'll make your eyes into buttons.
Do we recognize what this fellow is?
Yes.
A thief.
He's definitely a thief. He's definitely a thief. Go ahead and make make either a nature, an arcana, or a history check.
Let's go with nature.
History 21.
17.
Snorri, you do have a Fey Pact. I will allow you to make that check at advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to rolling real dice.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, yep, that was a good choice. Nat 20.
Okay. So all of you know that this creature is a red cap. They are a violent, capricious, very non-good fae. But the fact that they are wearing boots made of cold iron means that they are putting themselves through actual intentional agony. What they like to do, and they gain their power from soaking their caps in the blood of their enemies.
Bad practice. Myself, in my own opinion.
Not a fan of this.
But he stomps out of the woods, and he's got with him these like razor sharp teeth that are almost about 2 inches long that barely fit into his mouth. And he has a massive scythe with him. After a moment, he kind of calls out and says,
Gambit, get out here. We got some meat.
and you see this other creature make their appearance. And I will allow you guys to keep your rolls from before.
Kitty.
This is a Kate She. Or Kushi. The Fey felines.
Celtic lore cat.
Yeah, the Celtic lore cat. But it makes itself known and kind of watches from the edge of things. I need you guys to roll initiative, please.
Oh no. $21.
Your niece is your dex. Yeah, okay, I see.
Yep, that's correct.
18.
Oh, plenty fun for me.
All right. So, 18 for Snorri. It's actually pretty good because you all go before the creatures do. But who has the higher dex between Satyr and Bramble?
I have a 14 plus 2 is my mod.
Okay.
My dexterity is 16 plus 3.
Okay. So
Paris goes first.
So
Looks like we're gonna have to kill this guy, Bingo.
Thank you for the Bluey reference. I love that meme. It's like, looks like we're gonna have to kill this guy. So Bramble,
Hey.
you are up first.
Right. So I take it from my own personal perspective. This is not going to be a talking down situation, so I don't have to worry about that from the goat.
What do you think?
He's like, that's what you think. He can try it on his turn. He can. So go ahead.
Hmm. I'll just go ahead and start off straight at the gate, and fire a Chaos Bolt at the red cap.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and give that wonderful thing a cast.
Is that right?
Well, your attack roll was a 6, so for a total of 12, because you get your charisma plus your proficiency. So let's see. Old Bitey's AC is 14. Unfortunately, that is a miss. However, you did gain inspiration from your recap earlier. So if you want to use that and try it again and try to roll again, feel free.
I would love to. Let's try this again. What button was that? Don't use the spell slot. Don't use it. Nope, that's Misty Step. That's Puppet. There we go.
A 23. That hits. That hits. So go ahead and click that little box there that says damage, and it'll roll your damage automatically for you.
Damage. Maybe?
Maybe? Is it?
I'm clicking damage. It's not doing anything.
I might have to fix it. It might be bugged. Roll me a d8.
A D8.
And it's also going to... Oh, a 1.
Oh.
A 1 is acid. A 1 is acid damage. So this determines the type of damage. So then it takes 2d4 acid damage. So I need you to roll 2d4 for me also.
Okie dokie. 2d4. 5.
5. Okay. He takes 5 points of acid damage as the Chaos Bolt hurls out from your fingertips. You see various types of energy kind of roiling around, and it ranges from like psychic energy, thunder, lightning, and it just kind of coalesces into this massive pool. But finally, because of the chaos of the spell itself, it decides upon one and deals the damage. So it's 5 points of acid. Okay. How does it look coming? Like, how do you manifest your spell, Bramble? Since this is like the first like real attack that's been rolled in this campaign so far.
I kind of picture it as he reaches up into the air and starts sort of rolling together, look like he's rolling a ball in the air, and as he does, it gathers shadows from nearby, and then tosses it towards the red cap, and whatever shape it takes goes from there. Or element it takes, I suppose.
Okay. Awesome. But that is damage taken. None of it is resisted. So, do you do anything else? Because Gary goes on your turn also.
He has the flare.
He has the flare.
This is not the emergency. No.
Gary's like,
No,
yes.
I mean, but you can smoke a cat in the face with the flare.
The trouble is, Gary is made of wood, and that frightens me, honestly. I'm going to keep him behind me for now, actually.
Okay.
And just call out afterwards. Are you ready to give back the buttons?
I'm gonna eat him.
And it's not his turn, but Satyr, it's your turn if Bramble's not going to do anything else. You can move still if you wish, Bramble, but that's up to you.
I'm okay. I'm behind these two. I just would like to comment back. Then I shall delight from pulling them from your stomach.
As like as soon as the magic is launched, Satyr kind of jumps like, whoa, no, and like slides to be in between you two. I mean, the damage has already been done, but
Yeah, like
Still-
the chaos bolt kind of like swirled around you and like missed you and hits him. But
I'm like, whoa, hold on, he did not attack. It did not attack us.
I
It
was
is
gonna.
a red cap.
I was
He
gonna.
kind of threw battery acid in his face. I don't know what else how we're gonna repair that.
he's just screaming.
It's amusing, actually.
Oh, you guys are gonna hate this, but
You dare.
I pull out one of the potions we were given,
Okay.
and I charge over to him, like, I'm so sorry about my people. And I will try to apply a potion to him.
You're gonna administer a potion to the red cap. Okay.
Can
I
I
am.
use Mage Hand to take it from?
It's not your turn. It's not. He's using his action to do this. So, I guess this is his attack action. So, what I need you to do, Satyr, in order for you to administer this potion to him, because right now you are a hostile entity to him, whether you choose to be or not, right? Because you're in his glade. I need you to roll a basic attack to administer the potion to him, because he's gonna be thrashing around and being kind of wild.
We're going to help you, I promise. So I'm trying to like shove this potion onto him.
He's like,
let's
no,
see.
no, you're pissing on me. I hate it.
Hold on. I did not prepare any attacks. Hold on.
I know,
Okay, so
I know. roll a d20. 16. That works because his AC is 14. 16 hits. So now you can administer the potion to him. He's got acid like dripping down his brow and into his beard, and you watch as like the hair from his beard's kind of like melting away.
He's like, it burns. I love it. I hate it.
I'm just like, oh my god! Like, grab his face and like start shoving the potion into his mouth. Like,
right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Fool!
Roll 2d4 plus 2 to see how much you heal him for.
Let's see. 2d4. It's +2, so 5.
5. So he took 5 damage, and now you healed him his 5 damage. It doesn't do much for his beard because it's already been melted away by the acid, but his eyes like kind of like swollen and red. Well, more swollen and red from like the damage as opposed to like his natural anger. But yeah, you administer that to him. He's like,
What are you doing? You crazy
I'm
thing.
I'm healing you.
and he's
I'm saving you.
like you're holding on to him, and he's like screaming in your face. Satyr, is there anything else you want to do?
Not really, because that would have been my action. So there's not a lot else I can do that would be
Okay.
unideal. So
Okay.
I'll try to be just kind of putting myself in between him and the rest of the party.
All right. Okay. That brings us to Snorri. Snorri, it's your turn.
I'm just kind of watching this. I'm gonna walk over to the cage sitter, however you say it. I have beast speech as an eldritch invocation.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the cat and go,
So, can you kind of tell me what the hell's going on? You kind of seem to be stepping back from this. I don't really want to be a part of this either.
The cat looks up at you, and it kind of licks at its paw very casually, and says, "We like teasing the Bigginses. We sometimes frighten them when they come into the woods. Are you with the saber? Are you with her?
No, actually, no.
Are you with the trapper?
Buddy, I don't even know who the trapper is.
I need you to make a persuasion check for me.
Plus 21.
21. She is going to make an insight check. She got a 19. So, as you mentioned that, you know, you're not with the saber lady and you don't know who the trapper is, she kind of tilts her head and you see the little earring in her ear kind of like jingle, like audibly. Only two of you are connected to the Fae because Seder himself is Fae and Snorri is Fae, like Fae Pact.
Technically, the Harengon are a
I think
Fae.
Harengon are Fae also.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then all three of you are Fae. Or Fae in some regard. So let's say I want all of you to make an insight check for me, please.
Something I have skills with.
21.
21, 16.
16.
16.
Okay. You notice that that little jingle from its earring is a signal almost. But Bramble, your 21 tells you that this is a signal of de-escalation. Like they might be willing to talk. But that is Snorri, are you doing anything else on your turn other than kind of like speaking to it and telling it that you don't know who things are and stuff?
No, because like even though I know the red caps are bad, I feel conflicted serving a Fae, smoking another Fae in the face with an Eldritch Blast. So I'm gonna hold off on that for a second.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm trying in vain to just reattach the dude's beard. Just keep putting it to his face and it falls off.
Well, his beard is just completely gone. Like the acid has just like destroyed it, so now it's just uneven. But
Snorri's watching this and then go, and then touches his face and goes,
Oh, you're gonna need the tree sap. The tree sap can stick the beard back on.
did he wipe any of that away, or is he still like
No.
he's got sticks still on his face?
no, he didn't take any at all.
Okay. All right. Well, Snorri, that's your turn. Next up is the Ketshi, and she is going to she kind of does a little pace around this way and like perches herself on the fallen tree over here, and you hear her say, "Bitey." And he goes, "What is it?" And she says, "You don't need to do what you planned on doing to them."
No, I gotta put my cap in them. I'm gonna stuff it all up in their guts, and I'm gonna squeeze it till it's red as red can be.
And he's like trembling with eagerness. And you notice that she kind of makes her way over and like brushes against his back. Like she does that little cat curl that they do, like the little arch, and like kind of like brushes against him. And he kind of and then he kind of calms down for a moment. And she says, "Don't you see that satyr is trying to help you?"
Yeah, I see him. I smell him too. Got lots of blood in him, and I wants it.
And no. And he's like,
No.
and he takes a deep breath and he drops his scythe right next to him, but his fists are still kind of clenched, and he's like looking right up, like into your eyes, Satyr. Like, this can go one of two ways. It can either go back to violence or it will be very, very calm.
Just give as toothy and reassuring of a smile as I can.
He gives you another toothy smile in return.
Great. That's not terrifying at all.
I'm gonna stuff you like a doll.
You know, the more I look at him, the more charming he gets, actually.
Mr. Bitey, we might be able to help you a little bit. You might feel better if you take the iron boots off. Those have to hurt.
You ain't taking my shoes. See, they want to steal my shoes. Gambit, they're gonna take my shoes.
I am so sorry for my friends.
And you see Gambit, the cat, she makes her way, like, she kind of like pushes herself between you, Satyr, and Bitey. And she kind of whispers something to him. You guys can make a perception check to see if you can hear what she says, because she's speaking in Sylvan, but I want to see if you guys pick up what she says.
This is within 5 feet. Can I just like hear the mind?
Yeah, you could do telepathy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let my telepathy try to
Okay.
piece out what
I
it's
just want to
saying.
see if Snorri and Bramble catch it. either.
11. Found it.
11. Okay, yeah.
I
Snorri,
16.
you don't. There might be tree sap in your lizardy ear holes.
Probably is.
So Bramble, you overhear Gambit say to Bitey, it's like, go take a walk. But don't leave my sight. And he kind of glares at Satyr, but then he looks back at you and he makes a motion like he's like snatched a rabbit by its ears, and he shakes his hand like he's gonna shake you if he ever gets a hold of you, and he kind of like tromps off.
How charming.
Bramble wants to react, but
You could react. But you hear very clearly in her mind, Satyr, that she's like, maybe we can calm them down. Maybe they're reasonable. Maybe they're not like the others.
We are so reasonable. We are not like the others. We can be calmed down.
Her ear like perks up, and she turns to kind of like face you guys. She's like, not so close. And she backs up to her little tree limb again.
What is she again?
She's a Ketchi. She is a
What's she? Do I know about these?
You're able to determine the red cap. Go ahead and make a history check for me, Satyr.
History can do. Oof, 7.
These ones not so much. You've probably never encountered one before. In fairness to you, you've probably not encountered one before. But Snorri is familiar with them. So she is like a larger black cat, the size of like a small dog, with a distinctive white spot on their chest. They are fey, and they are said to be soul farriers. They steal a person's soul before it can be claimed by the gods. Others believe them to be like the king of cats, in a sense, but she kind of remains. She does, like, as she sits, you know, most cats have that like regal-ish posture when they sit up straight, and that is kind of like how she addresses all of you. Like, she's sitting on a branch that would put her at eye level to all of you, if not looking down on some of you. And as she assesses all of you, she says, "You say you're not like the others, but you've come into the woods, you've picked the berries, you've slept on the ground. Why have you come?"
Question, I guess, is this how is she communicating? Like, I know Snorri used animal speech to be able to talk to her. Are we able to understand?
So,
or are we getting Snorri to translate, or how are we doing this?
she's speaking in common. She is speaking in common to you.
Oh,
Ooh. Fascinating. I'll let, if anyone else wants to have an interjection first. I don't want to monopolize it all.
Hey, well, at the moment, we're just exploring the forest. We're trying to find our way to the river.
Yes, we were trying to cut our way through, but someone stole some things from us.
Yeah, we are just passing through, hoping to make this area a little safer for everyone involved, for everyone, including folks like you.
Everyone. And
Everyone.
and you hear from over here, he's like, "I don't buy it, he's lying." And he turns really quickly, he's like, "Ah!" And he starts running as fast as he can. You hear boom, 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 boom as his boots hit the ground very, very harshly. And the cat kind of like swishes her tail, and he stops moving almost entirely. And then he just sits down.
Oh, that's quite an interesting trick you've got there. Gary, take
I just
that.
want to say only 3 out of 4 of us really care about the buttons that much.
Yes, so the majority. I think I misheard.
No, you see, he said 3 out of the 4. That's what he
Oh, yes, the
said.
majority.
He did
I
say
agree with
3
the
out
wizard.
of the 4.
I mean, I could kind of give or take the buttons, but
You always have to have that one doctor.
And she says, "Very well. You say that you want to make this a safe place. Our kind have not been safe here, not since the Saber Lady has made her way in. They cut down our trees. They hunt us down. They
That's
leave us
terrible.
They leave us to hide in the woods. So, when we see bigginses like yourselves, we snap back." And when she says snap back, Bitey clamps his teeth very hard, and it sounds like a bear trap closing.
well, that's not going to be necessary with us. We didn't even know there were others here.
Neither did they. But when they did find out, they came at us with iron. fire chased us deep into the woods. We have the advantage here because we're small and we can hide. They're big and make a lot of noise, so it's not hard to find them. It wasn't hard to find you either.
Well, we weren't exactly hiding.
We know.
It's true.
I'm surprised you didn't hear Bitey when he went into your camp.
I can feel the braids still in my hair. Like, oh.
I'm gonna look at Bitey and point at the sap and sticks to me.
Do you do this? This is pretty funny.
And he kind of, yeah. And he's,
Little, do you know how long it's going to take me to get the leaves out of Gary?
I will say I do thank you for not stabbing us while we were sleeping.
well, usually we start with a harmless prank just to gauge interest. And if your intention is to harm us or to hurt those that we care about,
I shoot a look at Bramble.
He nonchalantly waves his hand.
but if you mean harm to us and those we care about, then sometimes we have to take other measures. Like with the trapper.
Who is this trapper?
He's a dirty human. He came into the woods, he set traps all over the place. Thought he could get one over on old Bitey. But no, I set off his traps with my big old feet.
And he stomps his boots down on the ground. And you can see that the iron on his boots have...
This bear trap stuck to his feet.
Well, no, you can see that there are scrapes and scratches on his iron boots from where he's deliberately set off bear traps with them.
Okay. I thought we were going to look closer and they weren't boots. He just
wear
set
big
the bear traps. He's just walking around with them.
That's why it hurts. No,
How are you able to wear those? Those must be uncomfortable for you.
He's built up not a resistance, but what's the word?
Tolerance?
Tolerance. Yes. Yes, he's built up a tolerance to them.
What'd you say about my mom?
And he stands up and he's like, ah.
I kind of hold my arms out like, calm, everyone be calm. No one's saying anything about anyone's mothers.
Well, at least for me, I can assure you that I serve Hersum, and I would never stop two fine fae from committing mischief in the forest.
I'll have you know my mother was a bloody saint.
I can somehow believe that. Looking at the blood all over him.
Yeah, you get the feeling when he says that it's like in a literal sense. Like she's literally bloody. But the cat, she shakes her head and says, we tricked the trapper, much like we would have done with you. Lured you deeper into the woods. And, well, his traps became his own undoing.
Where is this trapper now? Did you... And kind of trails off, not wanting to say.
I think he's dead.
You see
under,
Bitey just grin.
Ah, well...
I think what's left of him's probably on the hat over there.
Oh, charming. Kind of sickly look on Satyr's face.
Do you think that he would feel ill at this? Do you think Satyr would feel ill at this? Is this something that he might make a Constitution check for, or?
Yeah, might as well. Sure. I mean, it's pretty gory by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
Sounds like
yeah. Like,
fresh-
Bitey does not seem like
all
a
over him.
very, yeah. He's literally wearing it. So
Yeah, I'll take a Constitution check.
okay.
Is it a save or just a regular check?
Go ahead and make a save. Make a save for me. Ooh.
Oof.
It's a 2. Just the idea kind of like it curdles in your stomach.
I kind of use the excuse. I try to hide the fact that I'm like getting a little nauseous looking at all the gore on him and kind of just sit down onto my knees, like fold my knees underneath me and act like I'm getting a little more comfortable to like powwow with them and just kind of grab my book out and like fake taking some notes in it. Just to kind of look away from it and recollect himself.
Okay. But the Ketchi looks at you, and the red cap also looks at all of you, and she kind of swishes her tail, and you hear the jingle of her earring once more, and she says, "You asked where the trapper was?"
Are they still among this plane?
And she shakes her head.
I see.
Physically.
I
Spiritually, no.
suppose there could have been other ways to handle it, but not much can be done about that now.
You know, the longer we're here, the more I'm starting to like this charming little place.
What has that been the only threats that you all have faced here? Is the bandits under the name of Lady Saber and that trapper? Are there others that cause difficulties for you in these forests?
We've heard tell specifically of gremlins.
Oh, we've seen them in the patch. We don't venture too far to the patch. And she kind of like twitches her ears and says, "Yes, there's a patch that used to be a well, I think it was a farm once. But now wild pumpkins grow through there. They're quite delicious. They grow quite large."
I see. I've been tasked with dealing with them. Have they been causing a lot of problems for you as well, or?
Problems sometimes. They're nothing that Bitey and myself can't handle. And Bitey says, "Step away from my stick!" And he runs down, and he forgot that he left his scythe over here. He grabs it and then snarls at you, and then he scrambles back.
By all means.
I love his enthusiasm. The art is a little crude, but the passion is there. With all that being said, we were trying to find a clear passage to the river. Would you be able to help us in that regard, by chance?
She looks up and kind of assesses the four of you, because we're gonna count Gary in this because she's curious about him too. She says, a little ways south of here, and she kind of licks her paw and then like indicates with the paw that she's licking that if you continue to the southwest, that'll take you to the river. And if you venture more to the west after crossing the river, you'll find the trapper. And further south from there is the old... There was an old temple, an old building, I think. But, and then she kind of points to the east from where you are. She says, but the patch is that way.
So the patch to the east?
Yes, the patch would be to the east. To the west of here, slightly southwest, is the trapper. And then south from where you are, is the supposed building or temple that she's mentioned.
The ruins, okay.
Mm-hmm. Ruins, basically. Yes, ruins. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask this of you. You speak the language of the Fae quite well, all of you. And then she shifts from common into Sylvan very fluidly. She says, what happens now?
Bramble will glance at Satyr, seeing if he's going to answer first.
Well, I do feel there could be a fortuitousness to having found you. Perhaps you all would be able to assist us in navigating this forest? Act as guides for us through this forest? Clearly you know them quite well if these have become your home.
I know what I'd show him.
And then Bitey just kind of grins. And you hear him reach into a pouch, and it sounds like something's rattling around in that pouch. And he walks up to, let's see, who's he gonna walk up to? Bramble. He walks up to you, like he walks straight ahead, and he's like,
Hold out your hand.
Okay. Yeah, he'll
The locals.
just lower his paw to reasonable height for Bitey.
he reaches in, and you hear him like shuffle around with something. He's like, hey, and he drops some very tiny, they look like little white stones, like white and yellow stones that he's just kind of like dropped into your palm.
Ah. Can I tell what they are off the top of my head?
Oh yeah, they're teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why, thank you.
For the buttons.
Bramble looks down at the teeth and back at the red cap and then down back at the teeth.
For the buttons.
Bramble will hold back for the sake of diplomacy. Thank you very much, Bitey. I hope they serve your fine traveling clothes very well. I now Bramble will hold out the teeth for Gary to take.
Gary reaches out and takes them. He like cups his hands, and he's like looking down at his little wooden palms filled with teeth.
Well, if you need any help putting those buttons onto your outfit, I'm sure we can help you out. But I think there could be a benefit.
I ate them.
Ah, well.
Did you really?
Well, he said he was going to eat them.
Well, I just got put my hand on the brass, like, calm down.
You're expensive.
I understand that, but I don't think we need to be getting into any fights.
When I got the monster.
Well, I hope this can start as a good relationship trading between us.
And
Yes.
Bitey nods. He's like, yeah, trading in teeth.
That the currency in these parts?
It's what I take, and I takes it when I needs 'em.
And I need you to make an insight check, Bramble.
Insight check. Roll 13.
Since it's above a 10, you can tell that Bitey likes your teeth.
I think
He
I
likes your
see
teeth. That's good. He likes your teeth. That's not good.
He likes your teeth. That's good. He likes your teeth. That's not good. That's no good. But Bitey just kind of nods and he's like, yeah. And he kind of like walks back here and he starts like counting something in another pouch. And you see that he pulls out a couple of the buttons that he'd taken from you, and he puts one between his teeth, and then he bites down really hard on it, and it snaps. And then you hear him just crunching on it.
Ader just kind of cringes.
Meanwhile,
rubs his own jaw like, oh.
Yeah, it's painful. Sounds painful. But Gambit, she kind of nods and she says, if it's within the forest, I can help you, but only so far. And if I decide to leave you, that's my prerogative. But
of course.
But as long as you respect this, and then she makes a vague, like a little head tilt, like all the way around. As long as you respect this, we won't have any issues.
I don't see that being any trouble for us. Though I will say, part of our mission is to bring more society out here. And I would like to come to an agreement with you all. Obviously, there's nothing I can do if something has attacked you, but if there's any way I could convince you to allow parties that haven't caused you any harm to pass through unharmed themselves, would there be any way we could come to an agreement on that?
She tilts her head, kind of considering it, and she says, what would you suggest? Like a sign of some sort, or something to parlay with, like a banner or a symbol?
That could be something we could work out. We do have certain the benefits that we can provide for this area, and
we could declare that no one could settle the forest, or at least this patch of forest.
Exactly was my thoughts. If we could work out an agreement with you to help keep others safe that would be coming through this area, then we could as well work to helping keep you all safe, keeping you all provided. Surely there are easier ways than the lifestyle you've currently been living. I'm sure there are things you want from here.
And she nods. She says, of course. I mean, we all want better lives. And this has been our home for the longest time. When the time comes, and she says this as if speaking off into a far-off future that has a lot of unknowns to it. And you can tell that's the kind of tone she's carrying in her voice. When the time comes, you come find us, and we will make a firmer accord. But until that time comes, until the things that threaten us no longer threaten us, we will keep the woods to ourselves. And as long as you mean no harm to us, we will allow you to pass. We might even give you signs or signals ourselves of potential dangers along the way. You'll know them when you see them.
That's all we can ask for. Just so long as nothing becomes, if nothing has already shown hostility towards you, no reason to show hostility towards them. We can all live and let each other live here. And I know we can work out an agreement to make this land much more officially and rightfully yours. If this is the land you so wish to have.
And again, she nods, and she says, we're small, we don't need much, but this part here is our home. As long as, again, we'll bridge that cross when we come to it.
Absolutely. I'm sure we can come to a mutual and beneficial and understanding. In the meantime, perhaps you could lead us to this patch? We do have some business with the gremlins in the...
Of course. And she kind of swishes her tail, and you see Bitey kind of like perk up. He's like, huh? What? Oh, the patch. And then he hops up. He like kips himself off of the log, and his heavy boots tromp in the dirt, and he kind of like stomps off between you guys, like between Gary and Bramble, and he heads off towards the west.
As he's getting up, Satyr will also kind of scramble to his feet and give a polite bow to Bitey as he's going past. Thank you so much for your understanding. I'm glad we could come to this agreement.
And as they take you from there, they bring you to an area almost opposite of the line in which you had drawn on your map, right? Like basically your line went down between two different hexes, and now you are in a completely separate hex. Since that was most of your morning and you trekked through that area, you can choose to do one of two things. You can choose to either go directly to the patch and not explore the hex where the Fae were, and just immediately travel to the patch, and then you can explore those later, or you can spend the time to explore it and then go check things out the next day.
I think if we already got clearance from the Fae, we're already here. Might as well look around the patch we're in.
I don't see a need in looking around and testing our welcome here. I feel like if this is their area, we can leave it to be their area for now.
Okay. All right. So through the woods, since we're not exploring it, we're just traveling. It will take you about 8 hours. It'll take you about 8 hours from your morning trip to traverse the woods, and then you venture into what would be the pumpkin patch.
And I would say we'd like to try to stay a little outside of the patch for now, kind of look in, see what we can see, like from a hidden vantage point, just kind of observing before we charge in.
No, that's understandable. That's understandable. So
just once Gambit said we've gotten close, we start kind of getting a little quieter and moving a little stealthier, just to try to kind of keep our scouting mission. We're not planning on
That's fair. So if you guys are trying to be stealthy, I do need all of you to make stealth checks for me, please.
Okie dokie. Pew. 6.
Hey, just don't worry about it.
Yeah, my stealth is not great.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I got a nat 20 though.
I didn't do it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so we obviously know Snorri is not stealthy at all.
We're having a giant bag and a cast iron pan on my backpack. Surprisingly quiet.
Right? And remarkably quiet. So Bramble, you're you're kind of like stumbling through the woods. You're not used to overland woodland travel, correct? Like
If it isn't paved, why is it worth going?
well, exactly. So as you guys are traveling along, what's your marching order, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't mind being in the front, following like directly behind the Katseth, whatever. I
Okay.
can't remember what it was called exactly. Gambit.
The Ketchi.
Ketchi.
But you can call her Gambit. She gives you her name as Gambit. That's what other people have called her.
Bramble being stumbling over everything is probably closer to the back, along with trying to keep Gary along with him.
Okay.
Depending on how rough the patch is, he may just pick Gary up. Because he doesn't want to lose him.
Yeah, Gary kind of struggles. He kind of struggles.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind spying into the mind of the cat a little as well.
You can attempt to do so. Now, if you do, if you delve too deep, she will notice. But like you can get your surface level stuff with the telepathy. So unless you have an ability to allow you to go deeper.
Yeah, I have one that can extend my telepathy, but
Okay.
I don't think it particularly makes it stronger.
Okay.
I mean, just kind of keeping an ear out on her thoughts, just to make sure that's not like we're not being led into a trap. Or
Oh no, that's understandable.
there's nothing that she's leaving out in our journeys.
No, that's wholly understandable. So, you hear her, her thoughts are kind of whimsical, right? Like you would assume most Fae would be kind of whimsical in general, and she kind of keeps, she's kind of like humming a tune, like a and kind of staying ahead, but she doesn't stray too far from where Bitey is. And you guys again should still be able to move your characters. But as you venture out, you see that this is a long forgotten farm. You see the remnants of posts and the like where they would have been in the ground. You see barrels, and then dozens upon dozens of pumpkins, almost all over the place. And it looks like some of them have been like neatly quartered into rows. And off in the distance, you see a massive pumpkin sitting at the center of the patch with long, thick vines that kind of cascade outward. But among those pumpkins, you see these little blue-skinned creatures with shocks of hair that range from stork white to like a very vibrant magenta and the like. And you see that they're laying there on their backs, and you see half-eaten pumpkins all around them.
Very quietly kind of whisper to Gambit, these must be the gremlins.
And she slowly nods. She says, when they've eaten, they don't notice much. And you see Bitey's already, like, decided to go and, like, grab a pumpkin. And he just bites into a pumpkin raw. Like a little small one. He's just...
Like to pull out my journal and make a little sketch of the gremlins. Just like a sketch of one of the gremlins just lying on the ground.
Okay. The closest one to you is this, probably this fellow over
yeah,
here.
it's a distance actually. Hold on.
Yeah, he's over here. I think he's the
Sorry,
closest
on the
one.
map now.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
closest one. So he's about 100 feet away.
Yeah, okay.
But you see, like, based upon how many pumpkins are in this area, there's, again, you're seeing hundreds at this point. Hundreds of pumpkins. And they're all naturally grown. It looks like, again, it doesn't look like anyone's been tending to them, like, recently, but you can see where the ground would have been, like, hoed off to make rows upon rows for these, you know, this vegetation.
And they look like just normal pumpkins, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, other than the massive one at the center, but...
That's normal.
Looks like a
Were we
harvest
given
day
any
celebration.
specifics about like what problems they were actually causing?
So in terms of the gremlins, you know that they're not normally a problem from what Angus had told you. But something has kind of riled them up and they've like ventured out of their normal home. And basically Angus just doesn't want the kobolds to like start harassing travelers, because you guys are still like within the first couple, you know, miles south of the trading post. So these gremlins are
Right.
awfully close.
I just wonder because if they're pretty content to just chill here and eat pumpkins, I don't know what we would really need to do.
Do you say that out loud, or is that just something that you're just considering on your own?
I mean, yeah, that would be allowed, kind of presented that to the group of just being like, I mean, maybe we should talk to them just to like get a vibe check off them, but like, I don't know if they're pretty content just hearing pumpkins. I don't know. We really got to do anything. I don't really I don't really want to go exterminating the gremlins just because the guy doesn't want them near the road.
Miss Kitty there, Kitty, what can you tell us about this group of gremlins?
And she looks at them and she says, well, I've seen them in greater numbers than this, but they I've not seen them make their way far into our forests. I've seen them around the edges, but they look lost when they make their way to the forest edge, as if they don't know what to do when they get there.
How
But-
long have they been holed up here?
And she kind of looks to Bitey and she's like, couple of moons ago, something like. And she kind of bobs her head a little bit, as if considering the amount of time. I would suppose a couple lunar cycles. So a couple months, maybe.
And you didn't have troubles with them before?
No, they've come up from the south, as most things tend to. But they've come up from the south, and when we ourselves partake in some of these pumpkins, and as she mentions it, Bitey is like gnawing into another one. We get some of our food from here also. But if they tend to see us, they chase us off. They're very protective of these pumpkins. But I think that they sometimes come at odds with other creatures that want to eat these. It's not uncommon for animals to fight over territory where food is abundant. I'm sure you know that.
Of course. It would make sense.
Clearly, these are very fertile grounds.
Oh yes, they're well tended, and the rainfall that comes through here, it seems to really make things bloom.
What do you know of this patch from before the gremlins were here? How long has this patch been here?
We don't know. We don't know how long.
Much as I hate to say it, I think maybe we should just try and have a chat with the little things. I mean, we're bigger and scarier than they are.
I suppose.
Push comes
but
to shove, we can destroy them.
it might be nicer to come up with an escape plan should things go south. We don't know how many there are here. From what Gambit has said, there are much more numbers than what we can see here. We don't know where they might be. But I do agree. No harm in just trying to have a conversation.
So as you have made some new allies, and as you assess what lies ahead for you, at least in terms of the continuation of your travels, the idea of peace kind of permeates the air. Violence does tend to be an answer for some, and although you've made some strange allies within the last couple hours of your time within the Plundered March, there's a sliver of hope almost that the task ahead of you might not be difficult with the right hands working towards that same goal. But I think that is a good place for us to end for the night, and then we can
Nice. Okay.
continue next time with hopefully a negotiation with the
With the gremlins, we'll see.
with the gremlins. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But yeah, because I knew we were coming up on time, so I wanted to end this early so we don't drag over. So players, I hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight. Thank you very, 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 very much. I appreciate everybody who stopped by and hung out. I know we got a couple of new follows. I'll address those now because everyone was here. So Hatato, thank you for the 7 stream streak. Lauren 300XZTT, thank you for the follow, and Goggin, thank you for the follow. We stream this particular game every other week. Schedule depending. So speaking of players, are we good? Like 2 weeks from now would be the 5th. Are we good for May 5th, or do we need to determine a different day?
I don't see any reason it would be an issue right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything that'd be a problem.
Okay, so guys, May 5th, you can see this group again. If you want to catch the VODs, I get the VODs uploaded here on our YouTube channel. This particular campaign will be uploaded on Fridays. And then tomorrow we also have another campaign taking place in the same world. That one is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the VODs for that one on that same channel also. They are all on a playlist now, so we get to expand this playlist because we only had episode 1 from this one, guys. So now we've got episode 2, and we can enjoy that one. I think it was a good session. I enjoyed everything that happened tonight.
Absolutely. And all of you out there
Like,
listening, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, follow on the Twitch.
Yeah,
It's necessary and needed.
yes.
Don't forget to like, comment as well.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications and what have you. And
Offer your firstborn.
yeah,
Nothing too crazy.
offer the firstborn to the D&D gods. That's how it works. That's how you get all the nat 20s. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna drop us off at a friend of the channel. They are playing. They're playing D&D. They're doing Vecna Eve of Ruin. So we can drop in on them. They just started, so you guys will get to catch more of their game also. So I want to thank the players again. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Ewan.
Yeah,
Thanks for running. Definitely appreciate it. It was a great game.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I'm glad that chat is enjoying it also. I need to make sure I spell their name right. Hold on. Hold on, Raid. There we go. All right. So, guys, you can catch us on the YouTube channel. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Different group, same world. So please stay safe, eat well, stay hydrated, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Love you.